there's this idea that my significant other is a victim of me. That's one that was repeatedly pushed by the person involved. Lainey's such a victim, they say. Well, if you want to help out an alleged victim, then this is where you should be. Someone said, you're married. Yes, we are, but we have separate bank accounts. Lainey has their own funds and everything. In fact, if people really believed that Lainey was a victim, then wouldn't supporting her YouNow, which we're on now, serve Lainey's best interest in escaping this alleged chaotic relationship people imply it is? Who's Jeff? I don't know who Jeff is. Jeff Holland. Okay, I'll make him a guess. This should be chaotic. Hey, what's up?
Is it working? There we go. Hey, how's it going, man? I'm Jeff. Nice to meet you.
I like your
I'm the guy that Joy asked to hop in and just kind of be the moderator, try and keep you both from, like talking over each other, that sort of thing, flow of conversation. I understand you have some concerns about the format of how the discussion is supposed to go.
Hey, can you stop one sec?
Sure.
I like your hat.
Thank you.
You made that, huh?
I like your wig thing.
Yeah, wig thing.
I don't know. I imagine it's a wig. Yeah, no, I make a bunch of stupid hats randomly sometimes.
It's not stupid. It's cool. What's the pin on the side of your hat?
Let's see. See if you can read it.
Drunk O. I drink O. I drink zero.
I drink and I know things from like Game of Thrones,
Who's going to become the next king of Game of Thrones?
That's actually a really good question. I have no idea.
It has to be Jon Snow.
You think it's going to be Jon Snow?
Why would they bring Jon Snow back from the dead, only to kill him again?
I don't know, man. I don't know. So, do you want to talk about the concerns that you have over which platform that we use?
Yeah, I'm not going to go over to, like I told her so many times, it's not going to happen unless it happens on an impartial party's YouNow, which is this. I go over there.
Well,
I go over there. She makes money, which is the opposite of what I want her to do. So,
would you say that your significant other is an impartial one? I mean, if you guys wanted to, you could use my channel.
Well,
I don't care. I'll turn off super chat.
The person you're talking about implied that my significant other is a victim.
Well, that's definitely something you should address with her.
What I'm saying is, why would I take part in an opportunity to fund a person who has, like a stalker, made over 40 videos about me when I could instead fund my significant other?
Well, I understand, I appreciate that. There's two things that I would say in response to that. One, the view count is pretty huge over in the waiting.
I don't care. It's not about views. It's about views for support, which is why she made 10 videos about what's his face, Austin Jones, over the last few days. It's psycho. Who makes 10 videos about one person in such a short time frame unless you're like obsessed with clickbait?
I mean, do you levy those types of criticisms on Keemstar?
What's that?
Keemstar,
What about Keemstar?
Well, Keemstar does that kind of shit too. But I mean, okay,
are you saying that I've ever been a fan of Keemstar?
I don't levy that kind of criticism on anybody.
All right. Well,
how about this?
I think that, first of all, I don't know how to guest on YouTube. I don't know how the YouTube system works. I've done it a long time ago. I tried to do the Google Hangouts a long time ago, which worked then, but doesn't work now for some reason. But this is so easy. Joy knows how to use this. I know how to use this. We both used this many times. For her to take this stance. Okay, first of all, can I ask you your opinion? Joy says that if I live stream with her, if I have this discussion, then she literally said that I have to sue her. What kind of psycho crap is that?
Well, from my understanding, it was you were going to sue her if she did not debate you.
No.
No?
No. I said I didn't want to sue her because she's broke. And then she says, well, what do you know if I'm broke or not? I said, are you broke? And she's like, well, that's my private information. I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to sue you because you're broke. And then she's like, well, I'll only live stream you if you sue me. I'm like, what? Why would you want me to sue you? I can show you the text. You want me to show you on the phone?
I mean, if you think it's pertinent to the.
Well, I mean,
not, we have the conversation.
calling me a liar and painting me a fraud and slandering me in her case. If you look at her video titles alone. Anyway, but no, like, she said, gotta scroll up to the part. It's crazy.
Would you have any objections to doing it on mine?
I don't know how to use the YouTube thing right now, and I don't want to go through the figuring out process. The live streaming, I only knew how to do Hangouts. That was the last time I live streamed.
Yeah, the YouTube the easiest way to do YouTube live is honestly just doing a Hangout link. That's super simple.
Oh. My spouse just texted me saying you make hate videos about me. Maybe you and I should be the ones talking.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Well, I've been very critical of you in the past in live streams and whatnot. I was in one with Blair White at a certain point.
Yeah. Blair White's
That's a buddy
interesting.
of
He
mine.
doesn't understand what research is.
Well, we could definitely talk about that if you wanted to.
Did you see that moment that Blair White posted this thing saying, this girl admits that she's under 18 and I would show you the photo, but obviously I can't do that because it's YouTube. So then I used exactly the same page that she used, and I showed the photo, and it was literally a fully clothed person who was just taking a selfie. Nothing inappropriate about it whatsoever. That's literal slander.
Is that literal slander?
Yes, when you imply that someone has child pornography on their site, and you say that you can't show the picture because it's YouTube and it'd be too inappropriate, and then another person says, this is actually the photo that they did, and it's a totally appropriate photo, you just painted them a child pornographer falsely. That's slander. So what you're talking about is being on the side of someone who's a slanderer. Proven.
She's still my friend. And I don't necessarily think that would count as slander, to be totally honest with you. The thing is, if people have a difference of
what is
opinion,
slander? The definition of slander covers falsely representing someone.
not necessarily. Not necessarily. And slander is also really, really hard to prove. It's
actually
incredibly hard
really
to prove.
easy to prove when somebody literally does that. Slander is a person's reputations by definition.
I'm sorry, you're roboting really hard for me.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. I think it's...
Okay, so here's again, I'm an honest person. You can read those maybe. As you can see at the top, she says, okay, but I also want to be sued. What kind of psychopath says I want to be sued?
I think that's a joke.
She said, we can do live on the condition you fill your promise to sue me. And I said, I never promised to sue you. I said, where did I... You can see right here. I say, where did I promise to sue you, dumb shit? And she said, literally the last thing I said is that I'm not going to sue you because you're broke. She's insane.
Dude, I think she's trolling you. She's trolling you.
I think she's insane. I think she has a mental disability. Who you could say that she's trolling me, but someone who's just a troll doesn't make 40-something videos that are that long, that boring, and that annoying. Like a troll would just like go on, comment a few things, and leave. An obsessed stalker psychopath would make 40+ videos on somebody and just go on and on and on about their obsession with them. And then, of course,
so your main problem with Joy. Your main problem with Joy is that you don't approve of
an article on a post. What?
I'm sorry. The audio compression on this thing is weird, and if we're talking at the same time, I can't hear you. So sorry if I interrupted you. What was it that you were saying? The last thing they said?
I called her a barnacle on a boat.
A barnacle on a boat. Well, that barnacle is seeming to get to you though, because it seems to upset you. And I'm not gonna.
Let's say you have a name, and someone is calling you a pedophile, and someone is calling you an abuser, and all these other things, and they're using bullshit sources for that information. They're being completely misleading consistently, and then they wind up as a priority in search results. You basically can't kick this fucking barnacle off your ship. And you get angrier and angrier about it because it's like you tell them to go fuck themselves. You send them a cease and desist, and they still don't.
Yeah, but that cease and desist wasn't real.
The cease and desist was verified fine by a lawyer.
but you wrote
haven't
it.
talked to lawyers, have you? You haven't even actually.
No,
Like,
but that's it,
no,
dude.
no, no.
Here's
You
the
have
thing.
no legal experience, yet you're like, that's not real. What the fuck do you know?
I do know because I've had to file cease and desist letters, man.
Yeah, but you aren't a lawyer.
You don't. This here, like I'm trying.
I spoke to a lawyer. That's something that I could actually show in court.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the tweets were very enlightening, but honestly, Greg, the thing is, you're not supposed to be debating me. Like I'm not trying to get in deep.
Tell Joy to get her stalker ass over here.
Oh,
I've already explained why she should be here.
I know, but I'm having to play telephone. You know,
She's a fucking retard, dude. She literally has all this bark talking about how. I mean, come on, she would love the opportunity to screen cap the live stream, get like 100,000 views on her channel, but she's too fucking scared. She knows that she could profit by being here, even though, you know, she wants me to be on. Me being on her, okay,
has more viewers than you do right now. She has vastly more viewers right now than you do.
Great. Again, we haven't said anything about this being about viewers. The thing is, because she wants to settle this. She wants to prove what a fraud I am, right? And yet there she is sitting on her hands saying that she's not going to budge like a 10-year-old. When I'm saying, hey, there's a person who's impartial here who is not in the debate, and they're the person who's going to profit, yet she's still sitting on her dumb shit hands because she's an obsessed stalker freak who's panicking because I might actually talk to her face to face and tell her what a fucking piece of shit scumbag she is.
Well, I mean, you are kind of telling her now. I mean, she's watching our exchange and live streaming while that's going on.
She's afraid to get humiliated.
I mean,
tell her to get a dumbass over here. Give her what she wants. She was talking about what a coward I was before. Now's her opportunity.
Well, why don't you? I don't understand.
Would I go over?
Let me ask you a question.
You dumb fuck. How many times do I got to say this to you? How many times have I said the same thing to you? Are you fucking stupid?
She can't reply.
Stupid? No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
Oh, me?
Yes, I'm calling you a dumb fuck because I'm having to say the same thing over and over to you.
Oh man, I'm here to try and make things easier for the both of you. And you want to throw some shit at me.
You're a hater that was picked by another hater to be an impartial party, a moderator, which is a fucking con job.
All I've done it.
I'm too scared
okay, all right.
On alone. Okay. I can't really have a moderator on YouTube, I guess. So I'm gonna have this little fucking idiot come over here who's made hate about me in the past or ONISION in the past, and that'll be fine. That'll be totally fair.
I've been trying to be nice to you, Greg.
Get that dumb bitch's ass over here so I can rip her open.
I've been trying to be nice to you, man, but I mean, if you're gonna be fucking,
you're being fake, Rod. Look, this is real. The way I'm talking to you is fucking real, and you're being a fake piece of shit who's not showing who the real.
I might be a piece of shit. Look, dude, I'm not the person who gets underage fucking girls and talks about whether or not they give him a fucking boner. You're a fucking sleazy scumbag.
There you go.
You're this pathetic rosacea-ridden little fucking dickhead who has to put a bunch of fucking makeup on and shame girls for their fucking bodies and then call yourself a feminist. Oh, no, I'm not a feminist. I'm not a feminist because the changing trends in YouTube and what people fucking talk about. You're scum, you fucking asshole.
Let's do one at a time.
I'm trying to help you.
One at a time.
I'm trying to fucking help you. Now, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your channel. Fuck everything about you and your dysfunctional fucking mind. Your weird, creepy fucking threesome relationships where you put this weird fucked up abuse and then while you're talking about obsession, you're obsessively talking about your ex who wants nothing to do with you or the internet or YouTube, yet for some fucking reason you keep making videos about it. It's not okay for Joy, but it's totally fine for King Greg.
Who did I make
Fuck you, dude. Fuck off.
I'm so glad I got rid of that fake personality you're just
little piece of shit. And your little makeup smeared on your face and your little beanie cap. Fuck you. Kiss my ass, dude. I tried to be nice to you. You gotta fucking
try to be fake, you fucking frauds. Yeah, I got you to show you. I got you to show who you really are, and you're acting fake as fuck, like above it, and then you lost it. Good job.
No. You know what I just did? I just got a shit ton more money getting donated to fucking charity. I probably just earned a bunch of fucking subscribers, and I got this fucking monkey off my back that I've been carrying around for a while, not getting a chance to tell you how much of a piece of scum you are. That's what I did. I fucking won. Hey, everybody, look at Jeff Holiday. That's the real Jeff Holiday. You're goddamn right it is, motherfucker. Here I fucking am.
Are you gonna stop
Fuck
talking
you.
at that point?
Am I gonna stop at some point? No, Greg. As long as you exist, I will never stop. Neither will Joy, neither will Andy Worski, neither will Blair White, none of us.
One person says
Fuck you.
the other person replies. That's normally how conversations work.
We're not having a conversation,
You wanna go through it?
stupid motherfucker. I'm telling you how much of a piece of shit you are. Because
Oh
you
my
wouldn't
God.
talk to me like a human being. You try and throw some shade at me.
What about your huge rant?
Shade machine, motherfucker. Rat-tat-tat.
You're a moron. Okay.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy and not dysfunctional and fucking mentally ill.
You're happy while
I'm
saying
also not a fucking pedo, scummy creeper douchebag.
Yeah, but you're so happy talking to this person. You just
I
said
am,
you're-
dude. This is more fun than I've had all week. Holy fucking dick, dude.
That's a sad life. That is so sad. Hey, do you actually want to
This is so
address
sad.
the issues you have a problem with?
Which one of us
You
is
actually want to
smiling?
address what you're talking about? It's easy to say someone's a pedophile with
It
no
wasn't with
evidence.
me, motherfucker. I was just here to try and facilitate easy
You know what a
communication.
you know what a pedophile is?
You gotta be pandering to try and make some fucking money for your little fucking
know what a
girlfriend and all that shit.
It's my spouse, and you should be happy about that if you think I'm such a terrible person that they've been
You're a terrible person.
Great.
You're a horrible human being.
Great. What is a pedophile? Tell me.
Fuck off, dude. Kiss
God,
my
you can't even
ass.
have a conversation. Tell me what a
No, I'm
pedophile
not
is.
gonna have a conversation. You know who I have conversations with?
Define a
Who
pedophile.
have value.
Define
You're
a
a meme. You're a meme at how much of a piece of shit you are at this point. We use your word to describe a level of how much something is shit.
Oh my
You're a
god.
meme. You're a joke, dude. You're a wannabe washed up, I wish I was Shane fucking Dawson throwback to the fucking early 2000s of YouTube. Fuck you, you dinosaur.
How old are you?
Fuck.
How old are you?
How old am I? I'm actually older than you by a year.
You just called me a dinosaur and you're older than
Yeah,
me?
you are a dinosaur. You're a tired old fucking act. You barely have any traction on your fucking videos. The only way you make a living is by being as fucking redundant
How many
and
views do you
people
get on your
talking
channel?
about you because you're a piece of
How
shit.
many views do you get on your channel?
Not as many as you, dude.
Well, there
But
you
I don't
go.
judge my worth. I
Every
don't
single
judge
time you insult me for these things, you insult yourself even more.
my worth is based upon my
It's
love.
like
and
you're,
affection for my
it's
friends
like
and
you're a
my
guy
family.
with $1 in his pocket insulting someone with 1,000. It makes no sense.
Yes, it does. Because I might have less money than you, but I'm not a fucking twisted up, mentally deranged pedophile.
What is a
Fuck
pedophile?
you, dude.
A pedophile is someone who's attracted to prepubescent children. Show me
Oh,
any evidence that I've ever been
All right,
attracted to a
okay.
prepubescent child.
So, you're not a pedo. Well, maybe
Good.
you're not a pedo. You're still scum. You're still
But you
scum.
just called me a pedophile so many times, it shows you don't know what you're talking about.
It's basic common.
Your words are not
fucking-
worth very much, I think.
It's the easy catch-all word for some creepy old dude who's trying to like figure out whether he gets a boner from girls that are not legally of age. People
What?
say it all the fucking time about all sorts of
What do you-
shit.
what do you-
Oh
what do
no,
you-
I wasn't 100%.
What are you talking about? Whether or not I get a boner on people
Well,
or
you're
not?
gonna try. You're gonna try and shame me on this when you wrote your own cease and desist letter and pretended to be some fucking internet lawyer. You fucking retard.
Where did I pretend to be an
Fuck is this
internet?
problem?
Where did I pretend to be an internet lawyer?
This true cease and desist lawyer. This is pointless.
And
dude.
nowhere did I claim to be
All
a
I'm gonna
lawyer.
do, honestly, all I'm gonna be doing here. I'm
Can
just
you
gonna be-
address point by point instead of going on
over and over
ADHD
again. It's gonna
rants?
get boring. It's
You
just gonna
keep
get boring.
going-
All I'm gonna do is say the
Because
same
you
thing.
can't answer questions.
I
dude.
don't care about asking questions. You're the motherfucker who's like, oh, facts, blah, 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 facts. And none of this
Well,
shit is
you're-
actual factual. Motherfucker, you don't
show
understand the scientific
how
process
thin
even one
JOYSPARKLES
fucking
is
iota.
as an impartial moderator.
You
Look
don't
at
even
you.
understand the basic fundamentals of logical thinking. You're like, I have all the facts. And you
Logical
talk
thinking, right here.
bullshit.
Let's talk about facts. Like,
Bullshit.
for instance,
All
how
the time.
I literally just debunked you calling me a pedophile, and you admitted that I'm not a pedophile. Look at that. That's how
fuck
a
up.
conversation
Do you
goes.
think anybody gives a shit about that? Jesus Christ.
Facts?
Oh, you're
What are
getting
you,
me.
a
Oh, you're
Republican?
burning me, Greg. You're burning me. Oh,
I actually
I
am.
got
You're-
you to admit that I'm not a pedophile. What
That's
kind of
fucking huge
pathetic
progress.
little-
You just contradicted so many people who were originally on your side. You just said ONISION is not a pedophile.
Oh man, I see all those people over there. They sure are saying, "Oh, look, you got him good, Greg. You got him good." With half the views on this than we got over
So do you
on the
think
fucking
that do you
the
think
YouTube
that
right now.
the larger group defines the truth, or the truth defines the truth?
You know what defines the truth? The truth of the matter is that I'm here and I'm helping raise some charity with Joy. You're being a little bitch over here and trying to play victim status to make money for your fucking girlfriend. That's got to go to buying more smeary little fucking lipstick on your face. You effeminate fucking dick. Kiss my ass, dude.
Is that homophobic?
Fuck off.
Are you being homophobic? Huh? You just said
no, dude. No. You know what? I will fuck a pretty man, but I wouldn't fuck you, buddy.
Huh?
I'd fuck a pretty man, but I wouldn't fuck you.
Why were we talking about having sex with me?
Oh, well, you just brought up homophobia.
So you're talking about having sex with me now?
Sorry? There are more interesting things happening around me right now. I just don't really give that much of a shit about what we're talking about.
You know you're only making it worse for yourself.
Worse for myself in what? What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
You just said I made you the happiest you've been in a week, and now you're saying there's more interesting things going on around you. You can't keep your story
because it's boring. We're just going to do the same thing over and over again.
Or we're going to have a conversation addressing the points that you made earlier on your insane rant. This is the intelligence of my haters. They fall asleep when introduced to facts. And have borderline psychotic laughing.
You mind if I take this? I'll just 1 second.
Okay, cool.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh, hi Greg.
How you doing?
Oh, how are you, man? I'm good.
Was that awkward for you?
No, I just didn't expect to get on this, to be honest.
I'm talking about the last guy.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that. Hold on, let me turn this on. Say that again, man.
The fellow I just talked to. What do you think of that?
Oh, he's a fucking tool, man.
That's pretty wild. Whatever happened to facts? Like, whatever happened to having a back and forth conversation?
Yeah, I know, man. It's fucking retarded.
That was just like, literally his stance was, I'm going to believe what I'm going to believe, and I'm not going to actually address these points with you and see if they're valid. And the one point he did try to address that actually got taken care of was the pedophile accusation, where he admitted I wasn't a pedophile, and then he just lost it and went on his own. I'm not interested in this conversation anymore because you just proved that you're not a pedophile. It was really sad. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you continue your position, completely ignoring factual stuff like that.
I like he just kept going in circles as well. It's fucking disabled.
I feel like it was talking to someone who was off their meds. Anyway, what game are we playing tonight?
Mushroom Wars, man. Mushroom Wars.
Mushroom Wars! Yes!
We're gonna have so much fun with this.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with Mushroom Wars.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, I just want to say hi to you because you're one of my favorite people.
Oh my gosh, I love you too, Greg.
Aww. Right, so I'm going to bail in this conversation since... Actually, sorry, I got to say hi to Rag Reynolds real quick. But I'll talk to you later.
Alright, man. See you, mate.
Come on, Rag Reynolds.
Hi, Greg.
I miss you.
Oh, I miss you too. That's nice. I just wanted to say one thing real quick. I mean, you're quite batshit insane, but Joy is on a whole nother level of batshit insane. She's a cowardly fucking charlatan. I mean, she's so insane that she blocked an action figure. My son, he is a fucking action figure, and she blocked him on Twitter. She then blocked Demi Lovato on Twitter. Demi Lovato was cutting herself. She was cutting herself, and Joy blocked Demi Lovato. That's a nasty woman.
Let me guess, you were harassing Joy using the action figure as a Twitter profile, right?
Of course not.
Oh, okay.
Wow. And that's all I wanted to say. Goodbye.
Really? All right.
Yeah. Just goodbye.
You don't want to catch up on your book, which was in the background. All right, we'll have one more guest. I'll say, Bridget, if you want to talk. Welcome. I don't know who you are, so this should be random. Hi, Bridget.
Oh my god, hi.
Hi. What's...
Oh, wait. Hi.
Hi. How you feeling about all this?
I don't know what happened. I can't hear you.
Aw, that sucks. You lost your audio, but you heard me before.
I can't hear you.
It's okay. Deaf people are people too. And now we have Jenna K, the last guest. Anything, Jenna? Because I understand people got to line up, like volunteer to be a guest, so I imagine it'll happen. Guess not. Oh my gosh, Jacqueline Glenn wants to be a guest? That would be cool. Here comes Jacqueline Glenn. Maybe. Possibly.
Greg,
Hey, Greg, love the hair, man.
looks good.
Hey, do you guys actually want to talk?
Yeah, how's it going?
How's your day?
All good.
You look stressed.
Hey, Social, can you explain the milk thing to me?
Well,
Were you guys just really scared?
basically offered to I offered a glass of milk to anybody who could find my house, and someone did.
Yeah, why did you get upset when somebody found it though? Like you offered.
Because it was sarcasm.
I don't know, it was like they cried and everything.
Yeah, well. And she continued making vlogs and stuff. It's real good. Real good.
You want to say sorry?
Why
I
do you
would.
have hair like that? What is that?
Because I'm me.
No, you're not though. You're dressing up like something like you want people to take you seriously in a debate, but you like dressed up.
I could say the same about your boob implants.
No, you can't.
That's not you. That's not you.
What?
That's not you. You're sitting
You
here.
need her,
You're sitting here
man.
I
with fake.
don't know.
You're sitting here with fake boobs, saying, "Why do you have something foreign on your head, Greg?"
Could you stop texting me, please?
Yeah, I texted you yesterday. I'll
I
stop.
know.
Here, I'll show everybody the text.
We called it!
You won't hold my phone.
Okay.
It's hard.
All right. So the last time I texted you was when before that?
Stop it.
Okay, so yesterday I said, so is you not talking to me really about the video I made regarding implants? Because if you watched to the end, I actually said I supported your decision if it was in fact your decision. I asked this because I watched Richie's ex break down crying when he blackmailed her in response to her being at my house. Basically, if you're not totally loyal to Richie / have positive association with me, you freaked out.
Do you know?
Hold on.
Do you know why?
Hold on.
What I had on her? Like what?
Hold on.
Because
What did you
saying
have?
black.
What'd you have?
Do you know the details on that?
No, I don't.
Do you know what I asked her to not to do, and to avoid all that is to have you stop coming at me. That's what I had on
We're
her.
coming at each other. You've actually made more videos about me than I've made about you.
We've made about equal amount of videos.
No, count them. Yeah.
Similar.
If you want someone to stop coming at you, you gotta
Mine
start
are
making
so
these.
funny.
I'm just using facts. You guys know that. Anyway, the rest of the text is
Fact king.
basically if you're not totally loyal, Richie, positive association with me, freaks out and turns into a total psycho, possessive person. I realized he was the more I saw his ex-girlfriend tortured by him. I'm wanting to know because you and I have similar channels. In the controversy sense, I wanted to discuss analytics further. You're a very helpful resource of information. That's a pretty straightforward text that is not actually very odd for a YouTuber to write another YouTuber. But it's very interesting that you would come as a guest when you don't want to talk to somebody. Don't you think?
Freezing.
I was not so good with this test.
Shitty. It's for us or him or both.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, good. Joy is here, so that was fun. It was.
It was good.
Someone's here? They said, okay, so someone's here. That was good. Where? I'll wait for 4 minutes, and then I'm going. I've already waited for 40, or 37. Someone said Joy's here, so I'll give her 4 minutes. Although, like I said, I already gave her a very long time. People are saying that she's a guest, but where is she? I only see Shrek, Sky, Auntie, Angel. Nada. Guess we'll go back to playing Manson until we see something. Never mind. We'll say what's up to Tomato. Hey,
What do you, man?
how you doing?
Can you hear me well enough?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
What in the hell? I love how composed you keep. It's a thing of beauty.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I love your composure through it all. It's beautiful.
It was pretty. I thought it was really cool how that guy was being so fake at first, and then I finally like ate through till he lost it, and then showed his true form when he's supposed to be an impartial moderator. Like that was such a con. Like, oh yeah, I'm saying I'm fine, and then Lainey texts me saying this guy's a hater, and so I was like, oh, you're a hater, and then you could see him start to fall apart, and then he lost his mind on a huge rant, and then I finally got one point across. He admits my point is right, that I'm not a pedophile, said from a hater's mouth. And then he's like, oh, I can't talk anymore. I'm going to get on the phone. Oh, God. It was bizarre. And then you got people who are like, you know, oh, my God, he's so cool. It's like, do you not pay attention to the real world around you? It's so bizarre.
Well, I don't know what the hell happened because it started out pretty well. I was like, okay, cool. You know, this is going to go well. I'm excited to see this. My phone froze for about 3 minutes, and I came back to the biggest shitstorm I've ever seen. So,
yeah. That's what happens when you put on an act. You can only hold it for so long, and then you snap. And that's exactly what I got him to do right in front of everyone.
People in the chat are saying Joy is blocked, so I'm going to hop off, see if you can get her on. Love you, man. Stay strong.
Okay.
Peace.
I'll try to hold on. Hello? Yeah, I'm going to unblock Joy right now. Imagine you now is just Joy Sparkle, yeah? Doesn't show up. Old Dick Queef. That's lovely. Huh? Okay. Talk to you later. Bye. Alright, actively trying to unblock Joy. Kind of says a bit that she's blocked in the first place. I wish I knew how to unblock her. I'm on her page. I'm not even... It says 300... Okay, so this has to be her.
I raised some money.
Yeah, you guys heard me. I'm on her page. Let's see. I wonder if there's a block list that I can go to. Here. I'm going to Google it real quick. How to unblock on you now. To unblock, simply navigate to the user's name and profile. Click the name in chat or the thumbnail in the profile. Navigate to the user's name in the chat or to their profile. Click the name in chat or the thumbnail on their picture. Okay. So let's go back. All right. So hold on, another call. Hello? Oh, you unblocked her for me. Cool. All right. So now she can show up as a guest. Thanks. Bye. Lainey took care of it for me, so I didn't have to figure it out. You would think that I would know more about technology, but here I am. Okay, so she is able to be guested now if she wants to guest up. And I'm not seeing her on the list yet. Let's see, just join maybe? Not here. Guest up, Joy. I'm waiting. Here we go.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
Hello?
What did you think of your friend admitting I'm not a pedophile?
So I only saw his end of it because I'm focused on my live stream, so I can't tell you because I didn't hear the whole conversation. But to me,
Okay. Well, you can tell me that you can tell me the response to him admitting I'm not a pedophile, because that happened.
Hun, I didn't hear the conversation. Like I'd have.
I just told you. Look at the comments. They can confirm that he admitted I'm not a pedophile.
Hun, I
And
would
I'm
have
sure
to.
it'll be up on YouTube.
ONISION, I would have to go back and objectively look at it, and I didn't hear the whole exchange, and I wasn't focused on it. I was focused on the stream that you agreed to with me, so I can't.
Can you tell me why? Sure, I accept that as a bailout to the actual question. What is the definition of pedophile?
The definition of pedophile is somebody who is attracted to children 13 or younger. It was changed to 13. And why people have an issue with you, Greg, is because, and this is the biggest issue that I've had, you had somebody that was as young as 12 years old on your channel on one of those videos on whether or not she gives you a boner or she's fat, and that is actually legally, you're not in compliance because the parents could sue you since you made money off of that. It's stuff
Yeah,
like
and you
that.
saw the picture of that 12-year-old. They were more than covered.
No, it doesn't matter.
And
You
also,
use- it's commercial use.
the video wasn't
Commercial
called
use.
"Do You Give Me a Boner?"
Of course it wasn't. Oh my God, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's the literal title, Greg. I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing whether or not that's the literal title. The
You seem
point
mentally
is,
unstable. Why are you laughing and moving around like a wild person?
honey, because I honestly
Can you
enjoy.
sit still?
I love this. You are so much fun. Okay, so here's the thing. Commercial use for anybody's child, you have to have a contract with the parent if you're going to use it for commercial use. Since you made money off of it, that's commercial use. You didn't do an apology
Is
as a
that video
parent.
even up?
You had it up for months and you made lots of money on it. I haven't checked. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Making money with YouTube is a variable. Sometimes you can actually make $0 on a video depending on the content. So you actually don't know.
No, I do, because this is the kind of work that I did. I absolutely do know.
No, but you literally don't know because you have no proof of one way or the other.
I have your videos downloaded, sweetheart. We all have proof.
That's not proof of financial earnings. That's what we're talking about, Joy.
But you had ads on it, and if it needed be,
But you don't know how many ads even ran on it.
Then what we can do is I can
My
contact the
point is
parents.
you have no idea.
So we can. Hold on one second, ONISION. Oh, okay. Hold on one second. I'm having a tech thing. Okay. Sorry. Give me just 1 second. I think I figured it out.
You love tech things.
Okay. There we go. Give me just a second. Ah, stupid tech stuff. Okay. So guys, so ONISION, here's the thing though. So what you're saying is I can't prove what you
You can
heard.
call me Greg. My name is Greg.
Well, I'm Midwestern. This is just how I talk. I'll try to remember. Sometimes I have memory
It's
issues.
a very
so-
simple 4-letter word.
Yes, and I also have memory issues, and that's a thing too. So my
So
apologies.
you have mental problems, and yet you still take a position of certainty?
Would you consider fibromyalgia a mental illness?
Is it a mental illness?
Why don't you look it up before you accuse me of having a mental illness?
Well, you just said that you have memory issues, which is directly connected to your brain.
Having a memory issue from an illness is different than a mental illness.
You can't remember a 4-letter word after I tell you it. Greg. My name is Greg. You can call me Greg. It's simple.
Greg, it's very simple, but everybody has different weaknesses, and one that I'm
You can't
telling you
remember
about.
a name, Greg. So you have a mental illness, and you're going out attacking other people despite knowing you have a mental illness. Doesn't that seem a little bit irresponsible?
Hey, chat guys, I know ONISION likes facts. Can you guys please pull up the definition of fibromyalgia and let him know that fibromyalgia or any other autoimmune
You
illness
just admitted that
is
you have a problem with your brain, which is what I would call an illness. Normally, if you have a problem with yourself physically, mentally, whatever, it's considered an illness. It's basic
The problem is
logic.
not with my brain. No, see, you
Cool.
don't understand what
Can
you're
you
talking about
explain?
again.
Can you explain why you were begging me to sue you?
You said either you're going to sue me or I need to debate you, and I would rather
No,
have you
that's
sue
not
me.
what I said. That's not what I said.
I did a video about this. You did, Greg.
Well,
But let's go back to
unfortunately-
fibromyalgia. Let's go back to
Unfortunately,
fibromyalgia.
you're a
Let's go back to
liar,
fibromyalgia. You
because
just lied
I
about
already-
fibromyalgia.
I
You just lied
already-
about fibromyalgia. You just lied about fibromyalgia. You just lied about fibromyalgia. Hold on. I know you like definitions. I'll pull up the definition of fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is not a mental illness. Fibromyalgia has to do with nerve pain, which also one of the symptoms is
You know
brain
what a
fog
lie
and can affect
is?
your
A lie
memory.
is consciously saying something you know isn't true. In no way did I consciously say fibromyalgia is an illness and then know it's true in the process. You're not,
Fibromyalgia. Okay, what
this
is the
strawman
definition?
stuff
Let's
you're
pull it up.
doing isn't going to
Let's
work
pull it
for
up.
you today.
You just tried to gaslight and say that fibromyalgia is a mental illness. You did it with certainty and as a fact.
I
and I'm
literally
telling you
didn't say
why.
fibromyalgia is an illness. I said that you losing your memory is probably part of an illness, considering that's not normal to lose your memory of someone's name.
You said it's connected
Wow,
to
you-
my brain. It's a mental illness. You sat here and said, so you're admitting you have a mental illness. Come on,
Right.
Greg. Okay,
I
Greg,
don't
what is
know
it?
what that is. This is you begging me to sue you. You say,
I told you I would
but I
rather
want
yes.
to be sued. I've literally said multiple. Did you not release all the texts? You only released the ones that like were convenient for you. Is that what really happened?
Every single one, but you have to
Okay,
watch
so
the video.
why is it I keep saying I don't want to sue you because you're broke, and you keep saying no, I want you to sue me?
Right.
Like, how many times do I have to say the same thing for you to get it through your clearly defective brain?
My brain's not defective. Fibromyalgia is about nerve.
You just admitted that you can't even remember my name, and it's 4 letters.
I told you that sometimes I have memory problems that I'll do my best. You're gaslighting
That's
right now. You're putting
a
words in my
problem.
mouth.
You can use words like gaslighting, but the reality is that the fact is you can't remember my name after I just told it to you, and it's only 4 letters. I have never met anyone like that. That has to be an illness.
My Midwestern dialect, I call people sweetheart, hon, sugar, babe. This is part of where
What are
I
you
come
talking
from.
about?
This is just like
That has nothing to do with anything we're talking about.
it absolutely does because you were. But my understanding was you were upset because I didn't call you by your name because I used something
No,
of that
I
nature.
was pointing out that you having a memory loss is probably a problem with an actual mental illness. Has
But that
nothing to
comes
do
from
with.
you wanting. But that came from you saying that you wanted me to call you Greg, and I said I'm sorry. I'll try to remember. And that is my understanding came from my Midwestern dialect. I think I called you hun or something. It's not a
You
come
were
on. I'm not
all
trying to
over
be
the
rude.
place.
This is just part of the way that I speak, and I will do my best to try to tailor that if that offends you. Although I'm letting you know in advance I have a memory issue, so just point it out politely, and I will apologize if it happens. And that's it.
Sure.
It's a memory issue from fibromyalgia, which has to do with nerve pain. It's an autoimmune illness, not a mental illness. Just because the symptom has to do with brain fog does not mean it's a mental illness. So I think we cleared that up, right?
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, look it up. Look at the symptoms.
These have historically been characterized only focused on review only, resulting in mixed outcome results. Dr. Jane says, recent research has shown fibromyalgia to be a true biophysical disorder and that psychiatric disorders. That was the first result. So you have a mental disease.
It's not a mental disease, it's nerve pain. You literally just sat and looked at 1 and 2 sentences and think you have completely understood what fibromyalgia is. Greg, honey,
Dr.
sorry, I just
Jane
told you, honey.
says that recent research has shown fibromyalgia is a true biophysical disorder.
Biophysical. It's biophysical. It is a physical illness. It has to do with nerve pain. Part of the
Yeah, you can't
symptoms
remember
can
someone's
affect
name.
your brain, can affect that. It doesn't mean you have a mental illness. So are you telling me that people who are old and aging who don't remember something right, they're mentally ill?
Absolutely.
No.
Yes, absolutely. If I had that issue, I would call myself mentally ill because my mental psyche isn't working. If it's
That
not
doesn't
working,
mean
it's
that you
probably
would
ill.
be. But
If
that
you-
doesn't mean you'd be right. That doesn't mean you'd be right, Greg. See, you can say something with a lot of assurity and a lot of confidence and come at people like you know what you're talking about, but it doesn't mean that you do. It doesn't mean you're accurate. It doesn't mean that you are factual. These aren't the facts. Facts.
Illness is a disease or period of sickness affecting the body or mind. It's a disease, as you just admitted, and it's a sickness affecting the body or mind. So,
Facts! I want the facts.
that was the literal definition. Are you going to run away from this now, considering I just proved myself right, that it's literally an illness?
You sound like a robot because you know is not a good platform. I heard something illness. Try again. And you're frozen.
Illness, a disease or period of sickness affecting the body or mind. You have a mental illness. As it is described, fibromyalgia is described as a disease.
Okay, should we let's call a doctor then. Why don't we get a doctor's opinion? We'll get a doctor on, and then we can squash the whole
So
thing.
now you're faced with definitions, you don't like the definitions, and so now you want to suggest something ridiculous like calling up a doctor to get their input. Of course, because I just proved you wrong, now you're running to the next best thing.
Two sentences because I looked up a deficient. I think I totally understand what it is. I think I totally understand fibromyalgia.
Coming from the person who just,
I'm right.
you literally just asked everyone to look.
I'm right, guys. I'm right. I know what I'm talking about. I just looked up a definition. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
You literally just asked everyone to go look up the definition of fibromyalgia. So I looked up the definition of illness, and because I looked up the definition, it's now wrong to look up definitions, but when you do it, it's fine.
I'm saying that you can't look at two sentences and think you understand it or that it's a mental illness.
I looked up the definition of illness, proving myself right. We're speaking English right now, so you respect English.
False.
Wow.
False.
Oh my God.
So what is it you want to, like, here's the thing. Greg, okay, let's put that aside because I know that you're not going to be able to admit that
you realize that, right?
So I know you're not going to be able to admit that you either don't know what you're talking about or you're wrong because you think that looking up a definition means you're a doctor, which it doesn't, but that's fine. So let's get to the meat of it. Greg, I haven't made videos in a while. I left you alone.
6 days
recently
ago.
I did
6 days ago.
videos.
6 days ago and prior to that as well. You have made videos about me recently. I was planning on not doing anything about you, but then you made 2 videos very close together. And of course, I got a little upset because I'm kind of sick of you harassing me and my family.
Greg, you do this to other people. You've made countless videos about countless people, even
I've made over 40. Name one person I've made over 40 videos about.
Do you really want me to pull up the list?
You don't have a list.
I do.
There is no list of people I've made more than 40 videos about.
Are you kidding me, Greg? there is no law.
40,
First of all,
show me a list of over 40 hate videos that I have made about someone.
You just said, I said I would do it, and you said there's no list. There's no point, Greg.
Give me one name. Give me the name of one person that I've made over 40 hate videos about.
Are you kidding me, Greg? You have made several videos about people.
Answer the question. Who have I made over 40 videos?
You don't demand me answering a question. You don't get to call yourself a feminist and demand I answer your question.
You say that you have a list.
Give me one name. You don't get to make demands.
Give me one name off that list. You're trying to prove that you're right.
I would rather get sued.
Prove that you're right by simply saying one name.
I would rather get sued because this is going to go nowhere. Why don't you sue me?
You can't even give me one name. You can't even give me one name of someone that I've made over 40 hate videos about.
You just said that you didn't even want the list when I offered it, so I'd rather you sue me.
I'm asking you for one name. I'm asking you for one name.
Call Lainey's father and have him deliver the papers. I will give him the information. Let's do this. Let's go.
Give me one name. You can't even answer the question. It's just one name. Give me one name of someone I've made over 40 hate videos about.
Are you kidding me? How many times have you made videos or brought up Shiloh? How many times? Would you like me to get the list? Do you want me to get the list?
Not over 40 hate videos about my act.
Okay, let's entertain your idea. Let's entertain it. It doesn't matter legally. I can make.
Tell me who I've made more than 40
I don't owe you anything to answer.
You don't know a name. You don't know a name. You can't give me a name.
Okay, let's entertain your idea.
So you've been proven wrong twice in a row. You've been proven wrong about what an illness is.
Dr. Greg has proven me twice wrong. Okay, Greg, let's
entertain it. I used
it.
a definition from the language you're speaking, so I think that you should probably respect.
I just looked up the definition, and because I saw 2 sentences, I'm a doctor and I know about autoimmune illness. Absolutely.
I told you what an illness is. By definition, it fit you.
Okay, Greg. All right. So let's get into this. Legally, I can make as many videos about whoever I want. I have never contacted you. You have only reached out to me. You have reached out to me. You call me a stalker, even though I've never called you. I don't know your number. I don't know where you live. I've never showed up at your house. I've never talked to you until now, and you've only engaged me. I have every right to make commentary videos on you, and what you do is you bully and you harass other people, and you finally got what's coming to you because I'm not a teenager who can be bullied. So what I'd like you to do is I want you to put
definition of a stalker is a person who
you're
harasses or
then sue
persecutes
me.
someone with unwanted and excessive
Then
attention.
sue me. Sue me. I want you to sue me. I want you to prove it right. You are so honest and you are factual and you know that you have a case against me. So then put your money where your mouth is and sue me. Prove to the world that you are right. Otherwise, you are being a coward. You are. Sue me.
I'm being a coward for not suing a broke-ass
Yes.
pathetic bitch like you?
You don't know that I'm broke and you don't know that I'm not broke because
You
by your
won't
own
say whether
definition,
or
you
not
don't
you
have
are,
to
which tells me that you're fucking broke. I mean, you excessively post these videos to a not very good channel, and you can't be making
Not very
them
good.
enough.
Well, I'm sorry my channel is growing a lot more than yours if it's not very good. My apologies.
I don't know. You're talking about 1 verse 7.
What are you talking about 1 verse 7?
I have 7 channels.
Great. And okay, that's fine. My one channel is doing great than 3 channels that have been around for years that have a million subscribers. Over a million. Like, come on, Greg. I would like you to sue me. I want you to prove to the world. Here's the thing. I would like you to be right. I would love to be wrong in this. Prove me wrong. I want you to prove that what I have done is harassment and slander. So I want you to put your money where your mouth is because I really didn't want to do this debate because this debate is only going to bring Lainey money. And I'm not disrespecting Lainey. I don't know Lainey, but you know that this is a tactic. You tried starting drama with Jacqueline. You tried with Richard.
Wait, you just admitted that you didn't want to do this, that you were trying to avoid me by being on YouTube this entire time. You just
we agreed. I released the DMs. People saw you agreed to my terms, and then you backtracked. That's exactly what you did, Greg. You backtracked.
I backtracked by being here on a person who is not you or me profiting from this.
It's your
Money
wife. That is such. You are manipulating. It's your wife. Of course, it benefits both.
They have a
of you.
separate bank account. Do you think my spouse? Do you think my? We have a separate bank account.
Are you divorced? It doesn't matter. It still profits for both of you because you both pay the bills there. So if you have separate bank accounts, then you both pay the bills there, correct? Or is that her money that she has in case you try to bring in another teenager and she has to escape? Like, which one is it? And I'm not trying to be rude.
First of all, Lainey was the one who pursued and brought someone into our relationship, not me.
We have the Twitter DMs, not DMs, I'm sorry. We have the tweets where she said that it was you and that you manipulated the whole situation, then she backtracked. There's a reason why she has panic attacks with you.
Unfortunately, Lainey and I already covered that. That tweet was not accurate.
So then Lainey lied. So Lainey is a liar, right? So you are saying by your definition, Lainey is a liar. She put out information that she knew was false. She lied.
We covered what the definition of a liar is. If Lainey knew that was not true when Lainey posted it.
How can she not know? You guys are married.
Sometimes people say things when they're emotional and they don't think clearly.
So she lied. It doesn't. Okay,
you have fibromyalgia. You have fibromyalgia.
Then she had a mental illness in that moment by your definition. By your definition, she was mentally ill in the moment.
Depression and anxiety are mental illnesses.
So either she lied or she's mentally ill. Which one is it by your definition? Because your logic doesn't just apply to everyone.
Lainey has anxiety. She has a mental illness. You fool. You should know that.
You fool. Please say it again. Wait, I have to call you by your name, but please say
I
it
just
again,
proved you wrong yet again. Because you were saying that either Lainey lied or Lainey has a mental illness, and I established that Lainey does, in fact, have a self-admitted mental illness, which if you actually did your research, you would have known that easily, but you're an ignorant fuck who just talks and talks and talks without information. Like definitions of illness, for instance, you fool.
Okay, all right, Dwight. Okay.
It's interesting that you think this is a big joke when clearly someone just wants you to go fuck yourself.
What? You wanted me to go fuck myself while asking me for a debate. You're transparent. Like, honestly.
Yeah, so I could publicly humiliate you and show everyone exactly what a fucking inconsistent, factless bitch you are.
But you're not. Like, obviously, you've just basically
I have
said
proven you wrong
is a
so many
mental
times
illness.
throughout
You
this
tried to act
discussion.
like you were a doctor. You admit it. Okay, so basically, when Lainey says something, we cannot trust it because she has anxiety, correct? We cannot trust what Lainey says. Is that correct?
You can't even remember a four-letter name. I don't know how anyone trusts you.
No, it doesn't matter. We're talking about Lainey right now. So it's not... I love it.
Of course we're not talking about the other thing because that wouldn't be convenient for you.
So we can't trust what Lainey says. So Lainey, because of her anxiety, could misspeak and say mistruths, correct? We can't trust what she says.
Sometimes you can, especially if someone's high anxiety, you dumb fuck.
I understand anxiety because I also have anxiety.
If someone's high anxiety, they're not going to be thinking clearly, idiot. And so, obviously, you can't trust what they're saying in that moment. Is there a fucking problem, you dumb cult-looking motherfucker?
Wait a minute,
Seriously, cut your fucking hair, you honest bitch.
So because I have long hair, there's something wrong with me.
Or is it that you can't afford a haircut? You really want me to waste money in court looking at your dumb fuck ass sitting across there stalking me as usual and getting your fucking rocks off that you got somebody to actually go out of their way to sue your dumb ass?
Greg, you have no case. And you know you have no case. You're
All
trying
right,
to
let's go through your video titles.
Okay.
Your video titles alone are
Call Lainey's dad.
literally
Call Lainey's
something.
dad. Remember, June 9th, you said that you were disowning Lainey's dad. Remember that. June 9th. Lainey's dad, it's done, but now he's your lawyer in the case against me of slander.
I never said he was my lawyer, did I? I said I talked to
You did,
him.
in the DMs! In DMs! Oh
I
my
said,
god.
I said, holy shit.
He's lying.
You've made 6 videos about me in the last 24 hours?
About the situation, yeah, because you're
Holy
silly.
fuck, you're insane.
You're silly.
You're
silly.
fucking insane. You've made 6 videos about me in the last 24 hours.
Yes, you're silly. I'm showing people how silly you are. Absolutely. This is comedy. Like, this
What
is
do you-
hilarious. I'm sitting here eating popcorn because I don't take you seriously, and I'm not mad at you.
You
But
don't
I
take
mean,
facts seriously is your issue.
Either something's wrong with you or this is a character, and I'm cool with it, Greg. I'm cool with it either way.
Someone who can't remember a 4-letter name is saying there's something wrong with me. Okay.
Right, I have fibromyalgia. So somebody who has
Yeah,
rosacea,
figure
they
it
just
out
find a
in
way.
the last
Somebody who has
day, you're
rosacea. By
fucking
your
not
logic,
bad.
no, your logic has to apply to other people. It has to apply to you too.
Wait,
It's not just
one of them is 4 hours long?
Because you have yes, it was a live stream. It was a live stream. Yes,
You made it, you live streamed about me for and then there's another 2-hour one right before that.
Yeah.
You live streamed for 6 total hours about me. And then there's another one, an hour. Okay, so we got a 15-minute, a 19-minute, a 2-hour, a 4-hour, 23-minute, and then another hour talking about me in the last 24 hours. You're fucking insane.
Did you watch any of the videos? Because how do you know?
Why would I watch them? You're fucking insane.
Why would you debate me? Why would you debate somebody insane stalking you and approach them when they don't approach you? But you call me
I
insane.
say
That you want to talk
I've
about money
approached you. You approached me the moment you made 35 initially videos about me, and I'm like, fucking go fuck yourself. And you call that me approaching you. That's fine.
Yes.
By definition, that's me approaching you to tell you to go fuck yourself, you dumb cunt.
Yes. You wanted to do a debate, but you lied.
I
So now you're
can't-
saying you lied. You didn't want to debate. You wanted to tell me to
How
go fuck
do you
myself. That's
talk
not a
about
debate.
someone
A debate
for
is not to
6
tell somebody to go
fucking
fuck themselves.
hours?
A debate is not telling somebody to go fuck themselves. You just lied. You need a tattoo that says I'm a liar above your ass, because the logic applies to you too. The logic applies to you too, ONISION. You can't do this to me.
You think-
I'm not a
you-
teenager. I don't want to fuck you, and you don't want to fuck me, and that's great. We've established
But you'll
that.
make a
I'm not
6-hour
teenager.
video about me.
It's not about you. The title is about you. We
It-
talked a little bit about you. I had Copper Cab on. I had Suit Yourself. I had lots of other YouTubers on, and we talked about all kinds of stuff. We did all kinds of things, but you didn't watch it, so you don't have the facts straight yourself.
Why would I watch the video of a loser, well, stalker piece of shit?
Why would I go into a debate? Why would I go on debate and have facts, but then scream facts on a live stream? Why would I talk about all my exes obsessively and then say that other people can't make videos too? Why would I go tell somebody they're a stalker and they've never approached me, approach them and want to debate, call a debate, and then say I want to say fuck you? You lied. You need a tattoo. I'm a liar. I'm a liar above your ass when you need to be chained up by your neck for a week to the wall in your basement. Do your children see it? I hope your children don't see that. I hope your children don't think that's the way you should treat somebody in a relationship.
Like I'm watching someone from Baptist church go on a crazy god rant. That's how psycho you look.
It's like somebody calls BDSM abuse and thinks they can get away with it. That's why Sarah left. Sarah left because you guys had concerns for everything going on that was not a safe environment for her, and you know it. You know it. And that's why you're upset with
Have you
me.
even spoken to Sarah? Because Sarah has our back.
Sarah has
100%.
tweeted me. Sarah has actually tweeted me. So yes, I have.
What did she tweet you?
I don't have to answer that.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh my God, she's lying. Go look it up, Greg. You have
Yeah, I'm
the
doing
facts.
that.
Go get the facts. Go look it up. Go look through my tweets. Go look it up. You have the facts. Remember, you saw my videos. I did a whole 6-hour live stream about you. You didn't watch it. You don't know the content. You don't know it's not all about you, but obviously it's all about you because you have the facts. Look it up.
I am, right now.
Let's do it.
You realize Sarah makes fun of you, right?
You realize what?
She thinks you're a fucking nutjob.
That's fine. I don't care. I think she's
Well, you
being
just talked about
manipulated.
how
I think
she
she's being
tweeted
manipulated
you.
by you. I think she and Lainey and every other woman that comes into your life that's younger than you is being manipulated by you. The only one that wasn't was Adrian, and you couldn't handle her.
Adrian tried to get back with me.
Great, you try to get back with all your exes too, Greg. So what? It doesn't
Well, you
matter.
just
But
tried to use Adrian as an example.
You
And
still
Adrian tried to
manipulate
get
them.
back with me.
You still manipulate them. You still do, Greg. You manipulate all these young girls because they don't
All right,
know any
so
better.
it looks like you may have lied because you guys can all search it right now. It's Sarah Bear 8500, and only one tweet involves Joy Sparkle, and it is Lainey looks like an onion goddess. That is the one tweet from...
There's more. There's
where?
more.
It's not here.
You have to go look. It was from a while ago. This was from a while ago. It was a few months ago. You'll have to look. You want the facts? Go get the facts. Go get the facts. Facts! Go get the facts.
You guys can see what a fraud Sparkle is. You guys can see what a fraud Sparkle is by looking up.
You can see what a fraud ONISION is. If you go and you look at my tweets, go look at the replies, you will see where Sarah Bear contacted me.
No, I'm literally looking at them all right now.
And your wife contacted me. You can go see it. Go get the facts.
Where
Somebody
did-
sent
where
a
did-
fax machine. We need a fax machine.
Where did my spouse contact you?
I told you on Twitter. Not DMs, just in tweets.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and look those up.
You made a live stream that had to do with me, Greg. Come on, you gotta get your shit together if you're gonna debate.
You
Oh, it's
made
not
a
a debate. You're
6-hour
telling me
live
to fuck
stream
up.
that had to do with me
Wait.
last
It's not a
night.
debate. We need you to own up. You lied. It's not a debate. You want to tell me to fuck up. That's not a debate. You lied. Tramp stamp. Tramp stamp. Where's your tramp stamp?
You sound so crazy. You realize that, right?
Because I'm giving you the facts. Because I'm giving you the information. I know it's
Won't
crazy.
you just
You have to
making
take
fun of
responsibility.
fact machines? And what's the problem is that you don't actually have evidence to back up what you're saying. Like right now, Sarah has no tweets at you. So
She does. You're not finding them. You have to go find them. It was from a while ago, January maybe. It was.
yeah,
from a while ago.
I searched literally all of. Okay, so here's one from Lainey. Says you literally called me abusive and controlling in response to someone who wasn't even willing to tell the truth, and it is at you. And then Lainey says, don't know, I haven't used you now in like a year and a half. And then Lainey says, no one laughed at death threats. I said, do not send death threats, and if I see it, I will block and report. And then Lainey says, I told my story on my broadcast. Lainey says, I already did my broadcast. I specifically told everyone not to send you threats because apparently you were trying to play victim. And Lainey says that if they even mention you, they'll report them because, of course, Lainey's not a fan of you. And again, this is you trying to get Lainey to talk about her Lainey's perspective.
No, Lainey was on a live stream talking about the situation. She said, if you know what you're talking about, she was
all right,
upset.
and then the most recent, and then February 5th, Lainey says, if you genuinely want me to have a good night, you should take down the video. You know it's full of lies.
And I offered to speak to her. I said, if you would like to give your point of view, she was upset on a live stream because she said I didn't reach out to her when I did.
Lainey called you a liar, and Lainey called you a liar, and they said that they know that you're a liar.
But you didn't know there was a live stream, so how do you know? You didn't know there's a live stream, so how do you know this if you didn't see the live stream? That's right, you don't.
The only thing Lainey Bot has tweeted you is things that are either impartial or things telling you to go fuck yourself.
She still tweeted me. What's like that doesn't? I'm still right. She
Okay.
still
Well,
me.
meanwhile, Sarah Bear has no history of tweets towards you. So basically, what you're saying is that Sarah Bear is somehow on your side, right? But yet there's no evidence.
Would somebody like to pull the tweets up and tweet it at me? Because I'm not going to spend the energy, but people have seen it. It's happened. You guys can go back. It was like January or February when Sarah got removed because they were worried
This
that
person
the authorities would
says-
see the shady shit going on in the house. They
This
were
person
worried
says
about it.
you're
That's
going
why
to
she went back
boyfriend
home.
crying. This other person says Sarah hasn't tweeted you.
She has. Go look. Go look. She absolutely has, guys. Go check it out. First one was she tweeted me a meme, I believe, first that said, "Catch me outside." How about that? And I believe there was a couple other things, but she did tweet me. You're just not looking. You have to find it, or she deleted it. Then she deleted it.
Okay.
I have it somewhere. I have it saved somewhere, but it was months ago, and I don't care. Like, what does it matter, Greg? Greg, you just called yourself a liar. You said you wanted to debate me, but no, you don't want to debate me. You want to tell me to fuck up. We need your tattoo. I'm a liar above your ass because you also have a history of manipulative language, as we know, per the contract, the text contract. So where's your tattoo? If you got to hold people to a standard, you have to hold yourself to the standard, Greg.
A debate is an extended discussion, debate, or characters in a work of literature, according to this document. It's an extended. We're having an extended discussion right now. So it's actually, you can say I'm a liar, but it's actually literally not what I am.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it's frozen.
Tech problems. Okay. All right. So someone says you're unstable and insane, and that you're a liar. That's super. Someone else said that again. Sarah did not tweet you. What you missed was me pointing out the definition of debate, which is an extended discussion, debate, or philosophical argument between two characters in a work of literature.
And what you right?
Well,
That's
we're
not a
having-
work of literature. You were just telling me to fuck out. That's an insult. Where's insult in debate? Where is that in debate? The definition? It's not. I actually did debate in school. I had a sister that was a nationally ranked debater. I know what debate is, Greg. You're not going to school me on debate. This is not a debate. This isn't a discussion. You wanted to come and insult me. That is different than a debate. So you lied. You lied. Where's your tattoo? I'm a liar.
So
I'm your ass.
debate is a formal another definition is that debate is a formal discussion on a particular topic in a public meeting or legislative setting in which opposing arguments are put forward. So all it really requires is that we have what we are having right now, Joy, is a formal discussion on a particular topic.
Discussion? You've called me an idiot. You've insulted me. This is not a formal discussion. There's nothing formal about the insults you've given me, Greg. This is not
Formal discussion is like, hey, let's meet on you now. That's what
No, a
formal
formal
means.
discussion is not, I'm going to debate you and then I just wanted to tell you to fuck off. You're lying and you're manipulating. That's a lie. You need your tattoo. I can send you the money if you're bleeding for money because that's why you wanted to do this. I'm happy to front the money for the tattoo. Oh, and also let me know if you need the money to sue me. I'd be happy to try to find that as well.
Okay, yeah, give me the money to see you.
Okay.
You just said that you're happy. You said you're happy to do it. You know my PayPal. It's my email.
Joke. It's a joke. Oh, she lied because I don't understand humor. I don't understand humor. I don't know sarcasm. I don't know.
Okay.
Guys, I facts. Fact is sarcasm
So
doesn't
when do we
exist. Sarcasm doesn't exist.
When do we know what you're saying is a joke or not?
I just told you it was a joke, Greg, because I just said it.
Only because I called you on it. How do we know what is a joke and what isn't a joke when we don't
I
call you?
literally outed myself. You didn't even say anything yet, Greg. You are manipulating again. So again, I want you to sue me. You need to put your money where your mouth is because I'm not going to stop making videos. If you are doing something shitty to people, I'm not going to stop making a video.
Is when we started this, you said that I was the one who was wanting to sue you, but now it turns out you're admitting repeatedly that you're begging me to sue you.
I'm not begging.
So,
I'm telling you that you said I need to take one or the other. You even agreed. We have your agreement that you would. I want you to because I want you to prove your case. You need to prove I'm wrong.
All right,
You are not a bully and you're not just threatening people.
Hey,
that's BS.
Lainey's gonna come talk to you, okay?
Yeah, I'm cool.
No, you're not. You're actually a terrible bitch.
Oh, right, because this is formal discussion, guys. Formal discussion right here. Remember, this is the debate. He needs money for his 3 houses, guys. Make sure and get on that Patreon. Send him some money for the 3 houses and the cars. Oh, but one of them's mortgaged. Please remember. I haven't insulted him once, but I'm the asshole. I love it. Guys, I'm happy to talk to Lainey. She's a very pretty girl. I bet she's very, very sweet. I'm down. Let's talk to her. Actually, you're not cool. What was it? What kind of bitch was I? Because this is a formal debate, right? Formal discussion right here. You guys saw that, right? See, the thing that I don't like about Greg is he needs to own up. There's not a whole set of rules for everybody but him and his wife, and that's no disrespect to her. But if he's going to put rules on everybody else, he has to follow them himself. He lied. He needs a tattoo. And he needs to be chained up because he's done it repeatedly.
Hi.
Hey. By the way, I'm not trying to attack you or anything. It's very nice to meet you, so I'm not here to... I didn't know I was going to talk to you, but nice to meet you, and I'm happy to talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to yell. I don't want any yelling because I'm already a bit anxious about this.
No worries. I'm sorry. I know you see me hyped up. I got really no issue with you personally, so don't worry about that. ONISION, I'll deal with a different way, but I'm happy to keep calm with you because I do have anxiety at times too, so I understand.
Yeah. Well, I know that you had an issue I know you talked to those girls who claimed they dated me, and that was upsetting to me because I didn't date them or do any of the stuff they said I did. So I was really upset about that because it just made no sense to me and no one came to me first. Mind you, I don't know what Haley said because I didn't finish the video, but
sure.
What Aaron said was just completely untrue. So I don't know. That was really upsetting to me because I literally talked to her for 2 weeks. I never dated her. I never asked for passwords. I've never asked anybody for passwords in my life. So that's not something I would do. Anybody who knows me knows that's not something I would do. I hate confrontation. I would never, that's never something I would do or get in someone's face like that. So,
No,
sorry.
I hear you.
I'm shaky.
Oh no, I I swear, like, I'm not this horrible person. I've got issues with your husband. I'm not going to hide that. But no, I don't really have that many issues with you. So I'm not going to attack you and stuff. And I want to say sincerely, because I know we did a little bit of tweeting back and forth and you had the live stream. I did try to reach out. And here's my thing, please. And I hope you don't take this rudely. You, at that time, well, even now, you're a much bigger known person than me, so I didn't expect to hear from you. You know, like, my goal wasn't to hurt you, because in fact, if you watched my videos a long time ago, I was really supportive of you. And I still am in many ways. There are things that I've seen, because your husband puts out, that I don't like, but I still have a lot more support for you in this situation. I did try to reach out, and then when you had the live stream, I don't know if you remember, I did try to tweet at you respectfully to see if you wanted to talk in your point of view, and you didn't, and that's fine. I wasn't upset with you about it, you know, but I did try to see if I could. I just want you to know that. It wasn't like a gotcha thing, but at the same time, I hope you realize that the reason I did all that was because, and I would love to get your opinion on this if you want, and you don't have to say anything you don't want to because my issues are with your husband. Okay. The reason why I was so upset was because at that time your husband was doing the stuff where he puts girls on the channel and rapes their bodies, and some came out as young as 12. And legally, that's actually an issue because if you're making money off of it, then you have to have a contract or the parents can actually come after you. That was my biggest issue. And I wanted to know, and see, it's hard because what he does, you can't help. He's his own person, right? But
I mean, that's a big issue too. People come after me when I don't control anything he does. And I think a lot of people misunderstand. First of all, I think a lot of people misunderstand like how he actually is in person, because he's very different when he's off the camera. And I know people are going to say that I'm lying when I say that, but I'm not. And I also I don't know. I think that people think that I can control whatever he does, and I can't. And there's a lot of things that he does that I disagree with too. But again, it's not my decision what he does and does not do on his channels. And if he does something that I disagree with, I tell him that I disagree with it, and it's never an issue. He doesn't get mad at me. He doesn't, like, I have my opinion, he has his opinion. And I've done it publicly before too. Like, people have seen that I, you know, have said stuff like when the whole Black Lives Matter thing was going on. I said stuff on the other end of that debate, and I didn't agree with him, and like, that was that. But like I said, I can't do anything to change the things he does. And like the stuff with my ex, I said in my video, I didn't agree with a lot of how that happened. I didn't agree that he put private information out there. I didn't agree that he had asked, well, it was kind of both of them talking back and forth about terms or whatever. I wasn't involved in any of that. I had actually texted her and said, you know, I don't want to reconcile things. I think that this has gone on too long and we're not compatible. I have the texts saved. So like, I had told her that. So I had nothing to do with any of that. That was them discussing terms, and it wasn't just one-sided. She wanted terms. She agreed to certain things that I didn't want to happen, you know, like I didn't even want to work things out. And then all of it blew up publicly, which is the last thing I wanted to happen. I wanted this to end, like, I don't know, cleanly, I guess, on good terms, as good of terms as they were. Not great, but on better terms than they are now. But that's how it happened. And I didn't even want to have to make a video about it, but I felt like it was unfair because everybody else has got to make a video about the whole situation except for me, because I'm trying not to cause problems. And then I get lumped in that I'm doing something bad, or I did something bad to her, which I really didn't. I don't know. I don't know if that's something I want to talk about either. But
no, it's okay. And if it's cool, I'll kind of tell you the perspective where me and some other people came from. And I don't know if I know you saw the interview at least. I don't know if you've seen my other videos. I actually try to be a lot more, like, I'll give credit where it's due. I'll give points where it's due. And in many of my videos, I've really, really supported you because I think, and I'm not trying to get into the whole bulk of your relationship, but with what your husband puts online, it is unfair to you. Like, and I'm not trying to put your relationship down. I'm saying that it puts you in an unfair spot because he's putting out private personal information that has to do with you. That can be really damaging. And it puts you in a spot where, to public perception, if you don't speak out, it looks like you support it. And that you are enabling it. I'm not saying you are. I'm just letting you know what it looks like. And so I think what a lot of people were upset about was the severity of the situation. And the severity we felt like it didn't look like you or your husband were taking it seriously, even though you addressed it. Because you have anxiety, right? I get anxiety. So I know what that's like. So I know exactly like what that feels like. And as far as we're aware, you're, you know, the ex that you guys had, I don't want to say your name. She has anxiety.
Well, she's here apparently. So, and she's saying I did ask her for a password, but I never did. That Greg did ask her for her phone password once, not because of what she's saying, but because she she was texting Rag Reynolds or something, and he asked to see it. That's all it was. But I never asked for a password. And she knows that I would have never asked her for a password because I was scared to death to ask her for anything, including, I mean, the one thing I ever asked her, she went behind my back and did anyways. So.
I gotcha. Okay. And I think the public perception is that if she has anxiety, and I will say this, and I know you and your husband are really anti-drugs. I'm similar. I don't have the same staunch stance.
I'm not anti-drugs. I'm not anti-drugs. Okay. I think that people should do what they want to do, but I personally do not want drugs in my life. I don't want people who do drugs or prioritize drugs in my life. And that's where that comes from. Like, I don't care if you smoke weed. I don't care what you do on your own personal time. But if you are gonna if that's gonna be a big part of your life, then we're not gonna get along. Like, it's not gonna work out because that's not something I want as a part of my life. And I've had the same issue, like my ex-boyfriend from high school. The exact same reason that relationship ended. Well, on top of a lot of other things, it was like a big thing. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that it's my decision what I do and do not want in my life. It doesn't have anything to do with I'm anti-drug or I'm anti-pot or whatever. I think that pot should be legal. I think people should do what they want, but that's not something I want for my personal life. So, there's nothing. That's all I have to say.
And you know, Lainey, you and I actually agree in that because funny enough, when I was in high school, I had a 3-year relationship with a guy that did the same thing with drugs with me. So I agree with you there. Here's what I wanted to get at. The one thing that and this is something I've done as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little more tolerant in the sense of, so like for instance with Billy, I know I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say her name, I'm not trying to upset you, that's slip of the tongue. She has talked about that she uses it for her anxiety. Like for instance, I use CBD oil. Now that won't get you high, but that helps me with my fibromyalgia and my pain, and I'm sure you don't have an issue with that. But I know like with you and I having crippling anxiety, the issue I think a lot of us had was that because she lied about, I know there was a few things. So I don't remember all of them at the moment, but I know one of them was I believe it had to do with smoking pot or the way she did it.
Well, that was several times. It wasn't so much about the pot as it was about the lying. And I saw someone say if I knew she did that, why did I get in a relationship with her? I didn't know she did that. She lied to me about the fact that she didn't do that. So I didn't know, or else I wouldn't have continued that relationship after that.
I would say this, though.
Been there, done that. I don't want to do it again.
Sure. And I will say this, and by the way, there's no right or wrong. I'm just curious on what you think. If it's what she uses to deal with her anxiety, if this is, because I know, and you know how it is, a lot of the drugs they give people for anxiety or mental illness can really do damage elsewhere. For some people, they work. For some people, they don't. Everybody's body is different. Would you be okay? Would you still not be okay with it if it's something that she used for crippling anxiety?
The thing is, I don't want it around me. That was literally the only thing.
Sure.
And so
you have kids, right?
Exactly. That's not something I want to condone to my children. That's not the example I want to set. So.
Right. And you have every right. And I don't disagree with you there. You have every right. I think where our concern came in was that I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I might have some details wrong, per your husband's request, because she lied, that she was going to have to dye her skin orange, shave her head bald, but dye it green. She was going to have to get a tattoo that says "I'm a liar" right above her butt. She was going to be chained up by her neck for a week in the basement. And as you know, having crippling anxiety, and I have anxiety that comes up time to time, that could, and without her being able to have access to anything that could help her calm it down, because that's not what you condone, which is fine, that's your right, that to us, that is a very dangerous looking situation. And furthermore, that's a form of psychological abuse to do to somebody. And I'm not saying you agreed with it, because you came out and said you didn't agree with it. But the problem is that it seemed like you kind of brushed it over. And the appearance was that you stood by him and for a while actually agreed to it. And we were concerned going, So are your kids going to see this girl mutilated and chained up in the basement? And so a lot of us, that was a lot of where the concern was. And because it didn't look like you came out strongly against that, they're like, we looked at it as you were supporting it. And I know your husband has said it's BDSM, but that's not necessarily like what he tried to do, unless I'm wrong, is not considered BDSM by BDSM standards. So that I'm not sitting here accusing you. I'm just telling you why I was upset and how it looked to other people.
Well, here's the thing about that. She had asked, I wasn't even talking to her at this point. This was after I had said I don't want to reconcile things with her. She and her and him were talking, and she asked like for extreme terms, and many of the terms that he discussed with her involved making a video, apologizing to me or something. Again, I didn't want to get back with her.
Sure.
And that basement thing was one of the things he threw out. He threw out several, and that was the one that she liked, and that was like what she wanted to do. And then we asked her if she had smoked since, or he asked her, I didn't ask her. He asked her if she had smoked since we broke up with her, and she said yes, so we ended it there. Like, it was never something that was like going to happen or anything like that. Like, I was never really involved in any of this, besides I saw the text after it happened. So, like, after the discussion happened and after we already said, like, we found out that she had smoked again and that we wanted to end it there. So, a lot of this happened between them two and not with me, which is, you know, my issue with the entire relationship, if I'm being honest. It was a lot of me on the sideline.
Right,
so
that's not fair to you. And I want to say, this is where I've always and this is no shade to Billy at all, but this is where I've always supported you, in that a lot of this was really unfair to you. And I think from a lot of our perceptions, it looked like your husband was going behind your back and going back and forth between you two. And it wasn't. That's why in the beginning, and in many ways, I'm still a very big supporter, because it wasn't right to you. And that's why
they both were. And I've been honest about that. There's a lot of things he did that were awful to me, that really hurt me.
Right, of course. And I agree with that. And I can't, like, honestly, you having 2 children, I would be fucking hurt. Like, so I can understand that we aren't seeing the side of you that is emotionally wrecked from the situation, you know, and I get that. And I would be a nutcase. But I will say this. It did look like, even though everything was agreed between them, it looked like that what we saw was that you condoned it and you were okay with it.
Well, I talked about it in my video. I tried to do it vaguely because I didn't really want to get into it, but I did say in my video that this is not something I wanted, and I told her that publicly or privately through text, because she asked me if it was something that, you know, I thought she deserved or whatever, and I said no. And I said that I never suggested it. I never was on board with any of this, and I didn't even know the texts were happening as they were happening for the most part. So she probably still has that text. I may still have that text. I don't think it's relevant. Like, I mean, I feel like people are going to take my word for it. If not, I mean, I probably have the text. I don't have the conversations, but I did screen cap some things just in case.
No, and I believe you. I hope I'm coming across that way. I'm not trying to accuse you of being a liar. I do believe you in this. But what I do want to still drive this point home. If you don't come out against it strongly, and if you were okay with what they came up with, then what happens is...
I wasn't.
Right. I'm just telling you how it looks. It looks like you were enabling your husband trying to be abusive, because nobody should have to pay for messing up that way. And I know you're saying that. I'm just telling you how it looked to all of us.
I kind of don't understand why she's here, so... Sorry.
That's okay. If you need a moment, you know, like, take your time, girl. You do you. Like, you've been put through some not fair shit, and I want you to know, like, the internet sees it. We see it. And I'm not trying to paint you as a victim, because I think you're a strong woman. I really do. You, like, as you know, my channel started 6 months ago, and my channel has grown. It's overwhelming for me. And you've been kind of thrown into all this, you know? So, like, I do want you to know I have a lot of compassion for you. I really, really do. You've been through a lot of not fair shit. Even your husband has admitted that. And I don't want to sit here. I'm not trying to attack. I just hope I can give you a perspective on how it's looked to everybody else. I hope I'm coming across respectful.
But I mean, I said this earlier. My point is that I guess from my point of view, it's like Greg is not the person he portrays online at all. And so to have people like act like this is like I'm being abused, besides what happened that like with that relationship, which I will agree was really fucked up. There's nothing like that going on, and people treat me like I don't know what's going on and that I'm not aware that he's abusing me or whatever. And people don't know him. They know what he puts forward, and that's not who he is as a person.
Let me ask this. Could it be that that's not who he is to you? Because like all I know of my exchange with him is somebody who's not very nice to me, and he's not been very nice to a lot of people. Now he seems to adore you. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, for the most part, it seems like, you know, he loves you and cares about you, but do you think it's that he just treats you differently than the rest of people? And I'm not saying that's the case.
I've been around him and others, like in person. He's a different person. Like, I mean, my family's been here. He's good to them, besides my dad, but that's like, my dad hasn't been here, to be fair. But there's a lot of other things that went on with my dad. And to make that clear, my dad is not our lawyer. My dad has only given me some legal advice. He was never going to be the one to facilitate any of that. That's not what he does. That's not the kind of attorney that he is. So
okay, well, and that's what, at least that's what your husband alluded to in our conversation. And maybe that's misspeaking. You know, I'm open that could be miscommunication. So that's good to know. That's definitely good to know. Yeah, like I really like. I just want to tell you, like, I don't know you, but I feel like I can, in a lot of ways, relate to some stuff you're going through, and I feel like a lot of stuff hasn't been fair. Honestly, my opinion is I don't think things were fair to you or to Billy. But I especially think Billy, because of what your husband came up with as a punishment, obviously. And with you, I mean, I just don't, here's where, I want to put this out there, and I've said this before. And please, I hope I'm not coming across like I'm attacking you. The brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25. Like, I think you study psychology, right? So you probably are aware of some of what I'm referring. Okay, so I didn't mean to like come across like I'm educating you. I just realized, shit, you probably know this. So, you know, those centers of it, like where the decision making is and consequences, that doesn't fully form. The reason why a lot of us are so mad at your husband is because it looks to us like he has been taking advantage mentally of you and other people that he, or maybe both of you, agreed to pull into your relationship at times, because these people don't yet have the life experience or literally the brain development yet to be able to understand what they're getting into. Like, girl, before my mid-20s, I was a mess. I mean, like, not like you got your shit together. You're like an adult. You have a degree. You're a mom. You know, you're doing really well for yourself. But I know me and a lot of people I knew, you know, because we were just really reactive. And you don't seem reactive. You do seem very emotional, but you're not reactive. I think you're the kind of person, it looks like that you internalize it all. And that's why it comes out as anxiety when you're dealing with stuff, which makes sense. And I'm not trying to diagnose or anything, but my point is that your husband is older and he knows better. And to us, it looks really irresponsible, the situations he keeps putting you and he keeps putting these other young girls into. It's not fair to you guys. And that's how it looks to us.
Well, initially, this relationship was just supposed to be between her and I, and that the two of them kind of, well, in January when everything happened, the two of them kind of decided that it wasn't just the two of us. I don't know. I wasn't really on board with that decision. But I decided that it probably would be for the best, and I tried to become comfortable, but I don't know. I couldn't, and both of them didn't really respect that. So, and I don't want to say just she, it was both of them. But
and I think,
the issue with what happened in November is partially my fault, because I did not talk to Greg about my concerns with that and my boundaries. I came to my ex because I wanted, you know, I told her I'd feel more comfortable coming to her about it because I felt like I could trust her. And I felt like she would like keep my best interest in mind, and I didn't want to cause any problems, right? I didn't want to make anybody upset. And she said, of course, like, I would never do that to you. But turns out the next day she literally went behind my back, literally next day, or actually same day, right after the discussion. So, and people have said like I fault her more than I fault him, and I kind of do in that regard, because I didn't talk to him, and that's on me. I should have talked to him too, so everybody was in the same, had the same understanding. But
real quick, I just want to interject. Really, here's what I look at. He's much older than you guys. His brain is developed. He's been in many relationships. He's been around longer. To us, it looks like it's on him. Like because he's older, he's more developed. There is more of a responsibility naturally that should be put on him to know better in these situations. And that's where
but
a lot of other
I had told him, I had essentially given him permission, but I wasn't exactly sure what I was agreeing to. So, because it was vague the way we talked about it. And that's not his fault. It's not my fault. I should have clarified then. But instead I clarified to her. So that's what I mean. Like why I fault her more for that specific situation.
I would say this though. Do you think it's possible that because I think this is where a lot of our concern is, because we see, at least from what we can see, because you're right, I don't know your husband outside the internet, so who's to know if I know what's really going on, right? But from what we can see, your husband can be, and he even said this in that thing about having manipulative language. Is it possible that behind the scenes he was manipulating both of you? Because to us, that's what it looked like, and that's why we were all upset for both of you.
I don't know where she's coming from, because she won't really explain any of it to me. She never has. Just when I called her out for it, she got extremely angry at me and started cussing at me and calling me a bitch and all these other things. So I didn't really ever get a chance to understand where she was coming from. But, I mean, I've said too that he, especially back in January, there was manipulative language when he said he wouldn't do anything with her that a friend wouldn't do. I've said that. And I mean, I don't know. He said that. We both agreed to that. That was exactly what happened. But I don't know. I don't really know where this is going. As
okay. I didn't know we were going to be talking. I mean, it's nice. Like I said, like I've said before, you're a really pretty young girl. And I'm sorry, that's not I'm not saying it as a put down. I'm 33, so like when I say girl, I mean like compared to me, I'm a lot older. You're a very pretty young woman. You're very smart. You're educated. Like you put up with a lot of shit, and I figured you'd be a really nice person, and you seem, as far as to me, what I can see is somebody you've been like a lot more kind and respectful than your husband has to me, which I appreciate. And is there anything that is there any amends I should make with you? Because if I'm the kind of person, if I've done something wrong, I will apologize. Like that's something I do on my channel. And if you feel that I owe you an apology, if there's something I can do for you, like I'm happy to do it. You just let me know.
I haven't seen any of your stuff except for I watched the first part of that video about the interview or whatever with Aaron and Haley. I didn't see the part with Haley, so I don't know what was said there. I can tell you 100% that what Aaron said was absolutely not true. Like 100 million % was not true. I talked to her for maybe a month, maybe, and I was never dating her. It was never implied that I was going to date her. I never asked for a password. There was none of that ever happened. We never discussed her coming to my graduation. Like, I just don't understand like where any of that came from. So that, I mean, it'd be great if that video could be taken down since it's not true, like, and I've gotten people coming to me saying that I've done this stuff when I didn't do any of that. And I've seen some people in the comments too, like saying, like Aaron is here apparently because Aaron keeps making accounts to come here for some reason, saying that I burned all of Billy's stuff. I didn't. I sent her 3 boxes of her things. I spent over $100 shipping her back her things. And she has not sent me any of my things that she still has. She has like $300 worth of my clothing that I've asked for back, and she won't send it back. There was like a couple of things that got burned, but that got burned back in, and they weren't really like her things. They were things that we were sharing and that were at my house. They weren't just hers, It was like a onesie thing. It's that Care Bear one that I was wearing that one time.
That's cute, by the way.
That was back in November, before she even came back for the final time. And she didn't have a problem with it then, so I don't know why it's a problem now. But yeah, like I said, I sent her back boxes and boxes of everything I found in my house. She left this giant unicorn that we bought for her here. I sent that to her. I stuffed it in a box, and I paid $50 to send it to her because I wanted her to have all her stuff that she left here. I sent her stuff that I had bought her after she left and before we broke up, that technically I shouldn't have even given to her, but I bought it for her, so I wanted her to have it. I went through everything in my house, and I found everything I could. I found one thing since then, and it's like a tiny little guitar pick. And that's the one thing I didn't send. So I don't know why this is like a whole big thing, but like she never sent me my stuff, you know? She has several pairs of my pants. She has several of my shirts. She has a lot of my stuff. And I've never gotten any of it back. So I don't understand that either. Sorry. I know that's not really related to you. I just saw somebody talk about it in the chat, and it bothers me.
You know, I'm not really close with Billy, but I am in contact. I don't know if you'd be comfortable, I could try to help facilitate to get whatever exchanged. I don't know if that's weird to offer, but I'm
this
happy
point,
to help.
I don't want anything to do with her.
Okay.
Like, at all.
Okay.
And I know that I've heard rumors that she's talking about things she should not be talking about, including my children. So.
Okay. I don't know anything about that, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not aware of that. Real quick, people in the chat
That's absolutely not okay with me.
And I understand that. I hear you there, and I can agree with that. And real quick, people are saying in the chat, I just want to bring this up. They're saying I'm misgendering you. Oh Lord, this is my memory stuff. It is not intentional. What? And the they them thing, like my brain fries out. I'm like, I don't know how to form the sentence. Is it okay if I'm saying she? Should I try?
I'm not going to police it. I'd prefer they, but as of right now, I'm not going to police it.
Okay, I just know it's not intentional. I'm stupid. Like, just understand. Like, it's my issue right now. I'm dumb to remembering or even forming it. They them. I've tried it before and I always fail. Right on. Well, is there anything else you wanna talk about or clear up? Because I'm happy to do it. And you're so nice. Like, you're really nice.
If you have something you need me to clear up, really the only thing I think I can say as far as the issue with Greg or whatever is that he's not, in a lot of ways, he's not the person that everybody seems to think he is. Like, this horribly abusive, I don't know what else, person to me especially, and everybody I've been around with him in person, he's nice to. I think that and you guys have seen, I'm sure some of you have seen when I broadcasted with him, he literally turns into a different person in front of the camera. He just, like, the energy comes on, the, like, offensive humor comes on, all that, but, like, in person, he's, like, one of the most laid-back people I've ever met. He's quiet, and he's really chill, and so, like, people, I don't know, people just have this idea of him that's not him, and that bothers me a little bit, you know? And especially
I wish he would show us. Like, I wish that, and that's always my issue, because I kept thinking, I'm like, Greg could be this cool as fuck person. You know, like, we've all seen it. You know, he cares a lot about animals and vegetarianism. He's got, as far as we can see, a lot of good points. I wish he had the confidence to just come out and be himself rather than play these characters and the villain just to try to get attention. I agree with you. I
don't think it's a comfort thing. I think this is his job, and that's what he does. So
True, but I would say this, to play devil's advocate, it is, because at least if you're an actor, people know you go to a set, you act, you're a different person. Greg blurs those lines so that if he doesn't clarify, then it goes beyond acting into it's a form of what looks like to us is lying, because he's not being clear with it. And that's where we all get really confused, because there's not that clarity. He will come at us and this is exactly what it is. And with, you know how it is, he can be really confident with a lot of assurity and almost sometimes aggressive. You know, and I don't mean like physically. I just mean like, you know, he asserts himself a lot. Mm-hmm. But then he'll turn around every so often and say everything is fake, but then convince us that it's not. So it's very confusing for people.
I wouldn't say it's fake. Like, the things, like the points he makes or whatever is truly what he believes. I'm just saying he's not as aggressive as a person, and he's not, I don't know. I think you guys seem to have this opinion that all this stuff goes on behind the scenes that doesn't go on. Like, obviously, I get tons of stuff like saying that I need to go to a shelter or I need to this, and that, and that is just outrageous to me. That idea is outrageous to me.
I think you need to do whatever feels right for you and your kids. Like, it's none of our business.
And that's what I am doing.
Right. No, I agree with that. And I agree with that sentiment. You need to do whatever feels right for you and your kids. And as long as you're doing that and, you know, then that's nobody else's business. But again, like, I just wanted to, since you were here, I thought I'd take a moment to just kind of go over the perception. And this is just, again, this is just my perception, my experience. Or I don't want to even say advice because I don't know you well enough to, you know, give advice. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but what I would say is if there was ever a situation again that includes what looks like to us a lot of abuse, what might be a good idea is to come out strongly against it if you don't agree with it, because otherwise it looks like enabling. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but that's what it looks like to everybody.
Sorry, I was talking to my sister. Okay. She said she needed to do eyeliner. The reason I don't talk about a lot of this publicly is because I don't like the drama. I don't like to talk it. I don't like any of this, you know. Clearly I'm like crying. But yeah, that's why I don't talk about a lot of it, because I never feel like I feel like I owe everyone an explanation. If I make like a statement and then people ask questions, I feel like I owe explanations, and then it turns into this big thing, and then I'm just like a wreck over this. And that's not, I don't like to be like that. I don't like to feel like that. So for the most part, I try to just stay away from all of this. Like I don't look at comments anymore. I don't address anything like this anymore because I don't want to be a part of it. But I heard you say, like, I'm happy to speak to Lainey. So I texted him and I said, if she wants to speak to me, I will. And that's why I came in here.
Yeah, right on. And I'll re-clarify really quickly. I agree. I'm not saying that I think every scandal you should speak up on, but if it's something that involves you, the relation, something that, like with the Billy thing, that was a big thing. I think we can both agree that was a very, very big thing that you were thrown into. I think in that situation, you kind of...
But I mean, it's partially my fault too. I will say that. I'm the one who, like, met her. I'm the one who brought her here. I'm the one who brought her back. A lot of it is my fault too.
Right, so. But again, he's old enough that he should know better, and it's not that we think you're dumb. It's not that at all. It's not like, oh, poor Lainey's just dumb, doesn't know what she's doing. That's just, again, it's part of the growing up experience, and this is where I think the bigger responsibility should be on him. He's got more life experience, and that's no fault of yours. It's just as a result of age and being out in the world longer. But I think if there's ever something that's that big, I think you really do. If you don't agree with it, you have to come out strong and take a stand. Otherwise, it looks like you're enabling, and it looks like that you're just okay with it. And I'm not saying you are, but I'm just telling you that I think you personally could avoid certain things by doing that. And I think the good thing about you having a channel is you have a platform where you can, and I know you've been more active on it. And by the way, I loved your video on anxiety. I really did. In fact, a lot of my audience did, because a lot of us suffer from anxiety and depression and things. So I just want to say, like, good job on that. I really, really like that piece.
Well, that's the thing, is I don't like to talk about this stuff on my channel because I want my channel to be a positive space. And I don't want to make other people feel like I feel when I get involved in this drama. Especially, you know, you said a lot of people suffer from anxiety. I know that the drama makes me anxious. And so I imagine that people watching it, whether they're on one side or the other, feel anxious as well. And I don't want my channel to become that. I want my channel to be a positive space for people.
You know what, Lainey? I used to have a really similar thought when it came to, because it took me a long time to put myself on YouTube. And because I kind of thought, well, I want to always keep it positive. But I think, Lainey, that, like, and this is just my opinion, I think that it can be just as positive to share your experience. Because when I looked at your video, it didn't make me anxious. It made me relate. Does that make sense? Like, it didn't make me feel anxious for you or you're the victim. It made me feel like she's a real person. And watching you go through it can be, just feeling like somebody can relate and share something with you can be a healing experience for people. And so in that can be a positive. And I'm not telling you what to do or that you should do that. I'm just giving you another perspective.
Well, I have tried to keep, like, my objections to certain behavior private, and my ex can tell you this, that like I said earlier, I texted her and I said that I didn't, agree with what, like, the terms or whatever. Mind you, that was back like in November, because when everything happened, like in January, was it? I was no longer speaking to her. And I haven't spoken to her since. I have not keeping tabs because I don't want to.
Right.
But I don't like everything to blow up publicly. I want to handle things behind the scenes. So sure, to you all it comes off as enabling, but I don't think it's my job to come forward and be like, no, this isn't right, because I have said that, but I do it privately. That's how I want to handle things. I want to handle things privately. I didn't want this all to blow up. That's why when the breakup happened, and I didn't even say anything about it. Neither of us did, because I didn't want this to happen. I know that I would have had an easier time moving on from this had it ended when it ended, and this whole big thing didn't happen, although we're trying to come up with ways to come back or all this. But it should have ended when it ended, and things would have been easier to get over, for me at least. I don't know about her or him, but it would have been easier for me if it had ended that way. But they both just went at each other publicly, so then I was forced to say something as well. I felt like I was forced to, because if not, then again, it looks like I'm defending whatever,
Right.
And I never wanted to have to do that.
Right. And I think this is where it's unfair, because unfortunately when your husband does the kind of stuff he did with putting everything out there about Billy and the way that all went about, it puts you in an unfair situation where if you don't speak up and you don't say something, it looks like you're enabling. And that's the part that sucks. And it's unfair.
It's not my job to do all that, He's his own person, I'm my own person, and it's unfair of other people to assume that I am automatically on his side just because I'm married to him, so again, it's not my job to come forward and make all these videos and say all these things disagreeing with what he's saying, because I have my own opinions, but it's not my job to go in and make everybody see this, People can have their opinion, but it's unfair of people to assume that I automatically have the same opinion as somebody just because I'm married to them. Like, we're separate people.
But what he's and I understand that. That's a fair point. But when he's bringing you into it, and it has to do with abuse, then I'm just telling you what it looks like. If you don't say something, it looks like you support it. And I'm just telling you what it looks like, not what you should do.
But I did say something. I said something to Billy, which is the person that was involved.
Right, but if you don't, because your husband made it public, if you don't address the public about it, it looks like you support it. I'm just telling you what it looks like. I'm not saying what you should do, what's right, what's wrong, but just what it looks like.
Well, he's the kind of person who likes to make things public, and I'm not. And so I guess therein lies the problem for you guys, because, like I said, we're different people. We disagree all the time. So... And
right.
if I have an issue with something he said or done, I tell him. But I don't need to tell him over Twitter. I don't need to tell him through my channel. I can tell him in person. And I do, often. He'll tell you that. Somebody, I told you already.
It's not polite.
All right, I don't know if you have anything else you need me to clear up or whatever.
No, I'm good unless there's anything you want to. It's nice to meet you. You are so sweet. It's really nice to meet you.
Thanks.
At least you happened to me. I can say that. I can sit here and say you've been really nice and respectful and really chill. And I enjoyed the conversation.
Okay, I don't know if this really helped anything, but...
I'm trying to
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to...
Sorry, I gotta get going with the patrons.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all going now, so if you could say. Hasta
Okay.
la vista.
That's what I was doing. I dropped something, sorry.
No, you're good. So did he say he was leaving? Is he not coming
Yeah,
back?
I guess he has to live stream on Discord because they're at 3.
Okay,
So.
right on. Okay, well, unless there's anything else to talk about, I guess I can get off here and let you enjoy your day.
Okay, I don't know if this really helped anything, but...
Well, that's all right. Well, it's nice to meet you, and if you ever not that you saying you have to, but if you ever feel the need to reach out and clarify something, not that you owe me anything, but you know, I'm here, and I'm not like, I don't bite. I'm not a horrible person, and neither are you. But you know, I'm happy to, if you ever need to talk about something.
Honestly, it's just that I'm tired of all this shit. You know what I mean?
Right, and it's because it's not fair to you.
It's nonstop about stuff that I feel is not even like, I don't know, is blown out of proportion.
Sure, and it's like I said, I agree that it's not fair to you.
I'm helping her pick out an outfit. Sorry.
No, take your time. I didn't know we were going to be talking, so it's not like we're
think I'm like being shady or something, but I'm just helping my sister pick out an outfit for a date. So.
And guys, the debate was supposed to be between me and ONISION. Lainey and I don't even see this as a debate. We're just talking. Like we're just kind of chilling. So don't be upset for any reason. You've been really sweet.
I like the first one better.
Okay, I have 2 more coming.
All right. Well, yeah, I gotta go. So.
No worries. Well,
it
was
I don't
nice
know
to
if
meet
he
you.
wants to come and finish this off later, or I don't know what's going on with that, but
No worries, no worries. Well, I can say it was really nice to meet you. Thank you for being really sweet. Tell your husband, even though it went crazy, it was nice to meet him too. And if he needs to finish this up or whatever, you know, he can, I guess, get at me. And yeah, if you ever need anything, Lainey, just reach out. Not that you would, but if you did, I'm around.
All right.
All right. You have a good day.
Bye. All right, guys. Yeah, I don't know if Greg's gonna want to finish this later, but yeah, I don't know what that even solved. But yeah, thanks for watching and stuff. All right.
Yeah.